Robin Williams said, reality. What an interesting concept.
Who's a genius in himself, rest his ancestor's soul now. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we're ready. Listen, you have to deal with me for the next 50 minutes, 50 hours, 2 hours, whatever. Deanna's sitting, cut the camera on just so I can see. Yes. Yes. Yes, sir.
We don't actually have to deal with you. We can hang up.
That's true. That's true. But then the way I tell the story is I am holding your phones and I'm not going to let you hang up. I'm everywhere. I'm omnipresent. I'm over your thumbs. Yes, all of you can hang up. I got 10 core. These are not core principles. These are core solutions to my problem. These are 10 core solutions to my problem. Right? I am working on. You have to see the board. It's so much stuff written on there. I don't want to unplug my hard drive. It's just so much stuff, y'all. It's just so much stuff written. That's a battle plan, okay? So I'm going to give you 10 solutions to my problem. Most of these solutions are already saluted. That's not a word, but we're going to make it work. They're already done. Some of them are ongoing. Others of them are being launched. Actually, Denise Hill and I had a good conversation yesterday about something that, she gave me some good feedback yesterday from, in fact, I'll see if I can catch her now because I know she'd be in and out of traffic. Denise, are you there? Well, I know you're there, but are you available to talk? And then we'll jump off with the feedback you gave yesterday. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I was in, let me get to another office. Here we go. I was watching Red Table Talk on Facebook, the Snoop episode for some show prep that I was doing. And, they make their money off of ads, of course. And so within the first, minute, there was an ad that started. And I thought I might have scrolled or something and there was Antonio's face, but no, it was his ad. And I was like, oh, hey, there's Antonio. But even though it was a 1 minute ad, they only show 14 seconds and then it's relegated to the bottom of the show as a click through where you can click to see the rest of the ad as well as, goes to their website. The problem was within the first 14 seconds, I knew nothing about what it was. It was an ad for the book, but I knew nothing about the book. I didn't know what it was about, who it was for. That first 14 seconds didn't catch my attention for me to want to click on the bottom and go through to see what it was. And that was me who knows him. So it caught my attention because I knew him, but had I just been a regular consumer, I would have been like, okay, let me just hurry up and get back to this episode. So I just reached out to him and let him know that that's what was taking place.
No doubt. Fantastic feedback. And I've been doing a lot of split testing and doing some stuff, and I've been waiting for feedback. And my friend Denise gave feedback, which, by the way, we need to, Tempest and Denise, we need to mail their stuff off today. All right, good. And Denise has her book right here, literally right there. But anyway, now, so I had no idea that I was qualifying for the 14-second in the middle of what you're doing. Pause that. Look at me. My name is Alicia Johnson ad. Because Facebook has qualifications. It's no different. It's not like YouTube. You have to have so many. If you just look on your fan page, you'll see it gets these qualifications. And I hadn't checked in such a long time, but you have to have, I call them page breaks or video breaks. You have to have 30,000 views in a month. Those views could be 6-second views or 15-second views. You have to have at least 30,000 and all these qualifications going to get these qualifications. So I didn't know. The feedback I got from Denise yesterday made me know from now on, since I don't know when it's going to happen, right, on any platform, I'm going to make sure, Jerome, the first 14 seconds of all my videos have the same formula. Deanna will call it hook, story, pitch. And then I'm going to get to whatever I'm talking about. Typically, when you do a bit, all of us do it. We're guilty of it, and it's not guilty. It's not a matter of being guilty. It's a matter of just thinking about the crowd you're talking to. That's a problem. You don't become a millionaire thinking about the crowd you're talking to. You become a millionaire knowing 500,000 more people are going to see you tonight. Am I helping somebody? Am I? Okay, Jerome, you get it? I can't. So here's what happens. We get on it. I'm going to get off the camera. We get on. Then we go live. We go, hey, everybody. How's it going? I'm going to wait a few more of you to come on. My name is Antonio Hill, Denise Hill, right? My name is Antonio Hill. And yes, it's going to be a good time. I'm so excited to, y'all get that? And none of that, it tells you who I am, what I'm doing, what I have to offer, why am I unique, why are you understand? Do you still have a list of how we teach that? Remember that, how, who you are, what you have, what you offer? Do you still have that? It's in our huge sales funnel and sales, our huge Bible. Find that. I'm going to have Deanna pause real quick and post it out there. But you have to address these questions. And when we go, hey, everybody, my name is Jerome. I'm so glad. Thank all of you for being here. We're going to have a good time. I'm just so excited to be here. I really want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you're like Denise Hill, you get straight to the point. No problem. I'm not your pastor, but I got a word. This is what I want to tell you about. Such and such and such and such, such and such, such and such. You get it? Now, while you're telling me about something, which is fantastic, that's better than, hey, everybody, I'm going to wait for you. It's better than that. But is it grabbing my attention, telling me how you're unique, and then, all that extra stuff, right? All that extra stuff. Are you closing me in 14 seconds? Somebody put that in chat for me. Somebody, not Deanna, put that in chat. Are you closing me in 14 seconds? Denise, and my response, actually, Denise, one more time, if you can, I don't want to violate. Tell them my response to you. Was it, was I arrogant? What was my response?
No, you were very receptive, and I wasn't sure how you would be, so I think I phrased it in such a way where I was like, listen, I know you know this stuff. I'm not trying to be Antonio T. Smith. I just want you to know what I know from years of media, that those first few seconds matter. And you were very receptive.
No doubt. No, because look, the goal is winning. God dog it. You understand? And I respect all of y'all. I extremely put in chat. I extremely respect Denise. Denise is first of all, she's a fantastic person. She just really is. Right? She's fantastic. We even got stuck in the mud together. That's a story we're going to tell on stage. That's the truth. That actually happened. I'm dead serious. That actually happened. We got to tell that story on stage together. But that actually happened. But she's fantastic. She has good feedback. And then she's been in media for 25 years or something like that, right? So it's all fantastic. But I want to know the feedback. Now, what are the problems that we're solving here? The problem is I'm in the position in which I'm garnering massive attention. Now, of course, to me, I'm not satisfied. I'm grateful, but I'm not satisfied. I need y'all to get that. There's no way in hell that if I'm not reaching 1 billion people a moment, then I'm not satisfied. That's the goal, but that's how I'm driven. Definitely grateful, so I'm not pushing nothing away. But I do want you to know, I told Denise last night, man, you just taught me every video I get on. I don't care what it is. I'm a go right here. Deanna has it in the hook, story, pitch. I'm gonna make the offer. I'm gonna do that in the first 14 seconds. They do it on YouTube videos on the ad. See, I wasn't in ad mind. I was in this, all right, everybody, hey, this video, boom, boom, boom. So I'm going to come back like this here. Oh, you know, just say right now. I'll do it again. All right, there we go. Came back. That whole hey, everybody, that's gone. Watch it. You want to make $1 million? Here we go. You want to get paid for your story? Watch it. 6 figures is real easy. I teach you how to do it in the next 10 seconds. All right, second number 1. First thing you need to do, boom. Second number 2. Second thing you need to do, boom. Second number 3. Truth is, ladies and gentlemen, I spent more than 3 seconds. What I want to do is I want to offer you, I'm known as a millionaire maker. I've coached famous people, millions of people, millions of dollars. This is what we're going to do. Click the link above, and you're going to get this thing. Today, we're going to talk about, you see, I literally just made it up. The point is, I can tell you for sure, every video, every time, no matter what, the same way I go, you can't play, but I'm going to have in my head, not promoting me or whatever, catching your attention, telling you a story, and making you an offer in that first 14 seconds, henceforth. Period. Watch it. Not just when I do it on purpose. I'm going to train myself to do it every second, every day, all time. Why, Antonio? Easy question. Because I may strip the audio and put it on a podcast. I want you to hear it too. I may take a private class and then say, you know what, this should be free and put it out there. And I don't ever want to be slipping, Jerome. I don't know when my ambitious self going to do something I didn't expect me not to do. You get it? So every single time, I'm going to have that. So when I pull down the hundreds of thousands of hours of video I have, it don't matter. Because all of them going to impress in the first 14 seconds, just in case, well, actually now pretty much all my ads are going to do that. But when my ads become page breaks, since I don't control that, it's going to serve my purpose. I just pause for a quick right here because I ain't even gave you the 10 things. We're going to pause. I'm going to get some feedback from you. I can see some of you excited already. One thing I want to tell you, this university is built off one thing. It's simple, Alicia. It's super simple. I ain't Googling nothing and saying, all right, everybody, this is what we're going to talk about today and regurgitate something off of Google. Anybody got time for that? I'm chasing $100 billion. You understand what I'm saying? $100 billion. And every day I don't get it. Universe go. Bah! Get out of here with that. Your plan ain't good enough. Right? And I'd be like, okay, let me give you a new plan. Left hook. Your plan ain't good enough. Get out of here. Get out of here. And every time I get punched, I come back and tell you, don't do that. Don't do that. Right now, Denise said, Antonio, I watched you get punched in the mouth. Your lip is bleeding. I know your lip is bleeding. But, do yourself a favor. Do it better 14 seconds. I mean, I was impressed because I know you. But if I didn't know you, you understand. But I am impressed that you was even on Red Table Talk. Good job. That was hot. But the rest of that was trash. Now, she didn't say it that harsh. But, me translating in my language, I mean, I'm so proud of you, but that was trash, though. Don't put trash on Red Table Talk no more. But I'm glad you're on there, though. I'm glad. But that was trash, though. You understand? That was trash. She ain't say that. She was far more respectable. Even though that would have been disrespect. But I'm just translating into my language. Pause. Let me get about 3 or 4 people. Tell me what you caught. Tell me what I taught. And tell me how you're inspired to make some sort of change. Anybody. Doesn't even matter.
Good afternoon, everybody.
All right. Got Alicia, Charmone, Jamone. In that order, then we'll pick some more. Go ahead, Alicia.
Okay. So what was your question? Because I know I got my own agenda.
Nah, but do your own agenda then. Don't even worry about mine. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So hook, line, sinker. Hook, line. Yeah, I call it sinker. Can I still use it as in a presentation?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It works
So
everywhere.
here's my hook line. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're all here today because I asked one question: how are you managing your pain? Is that a good one?
Thank you for coming out, everybody. Everybody expects you to say that, so don't even say it. We're here for one reason. How do you manage your pain? And then go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it. If you ever see speakers, they jump on stage, and the first thing they say is they introduce themselves. Boring. I expected you to do that, right? Or some preacher, first giving honor to God. Listen, that protocol had been established by 19 other people. So you got up here, okay? Right? You understand what I'm saying? So it's all good. All right, so let's start over. How are you going to manage your pain? That's your hook. Now, what's the story? What kind of story are you going to tell me?
I have a story throughout my presentation when I get to certain PowerPoints, but one presentation is, one story is that we don't have to take the tons of medication that they give us. We have other options.
All right, so fantastic. So what I would do there is I would shift that back on me, and I would take that statement you made and make it a question for me. Have you know? The first thing you said was, let me get off camera. How do you manage your pain? Have you ever known someone on tons of medication? Are you on tons of medication? You know you don't have to do that. You get it? That's the story. Now, what's your offer you're going to give to me? A sinker. What's your sinker you're going to give to me right after that?
There is a new scientific way to manage your pain, and that is through hemp, aka CBD.
So watch this. I'm gonna put it all together now. Let me give you the third part. I'm going to then make a bold claim. By the time the bolder the claim, the more you got my attention. I need to. You see where my hands at? Your claim need to be this bold. Okay, I can't even see it. I want you to not see my claim, so when I'm done, I make you see it. You ain't got no choice but to buy from me or keep watching. Watch, I'll show you. So we're gonna take what you just said, and we're gonna say, you give me the last part you just said.
There's a new scientific way to manage.
Yeah, it's a new scientific. All right. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna make a bold claim. In the next 20 minutes, I'm gonna convince you 100% that you can get rid of all the scientific claims that you've heard, all the marketing, all your medication. You can get rid of half of your medication and save half your money. And I'm going to convince you this in the next 20 minutes, and you're going to buy from me. That's what I'm going to say. Claim. So now they're going, yeah, I ain't fit to buy from you, and that's where you want them. Because now you got 20 minutes to convince them what you just said. All right, I just said something so smart. Let me put it all together first, and then I'm going to tell you how I do it. I'm going to put it all together first, and I'm going to tell you how I do it. Get off camera. I'm off camera. First thing, I try to remember your hook. No, what was it? You know you don't got to go with all that pain, right? Yeah, okay. How do you manage your pain? No, seriously, how do you manage your pain? Do you know someone on tons of medication? They got the little thing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday through Sunday. Do you know that person? Are you that person? By the time that you finish watching this video, I'm going to convince you to throw half your medications out, and I'm going to convince you to support or join my community. And you're going to have no problem doing that. And you're going to pay anything that I ask you for. Today I want to talk about, okay, just like that. Now, of course, you can change the words and stuff. I'm making up on top of my head. This is how I get on stage. Same thing. I actually got it written down. Do I have it over here? Let me see. I'm fit to absolutely make $30,000 for no reason at all thing. It's over here. All right, no problem. I got it memorized anyway because I do it so often. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get your attention. Same way, I'm going to say something great. I don't know what it is. Just depends on the subject. Then after I do that, I'm going to tell you a story. And so let's give you something. All right, here we go. I'll use this class as an example. Yeah, I got punched in the face today and last night, and it's made me a lot of money. So, y'all saw it? Okay, I'll do it again. I got punched in the face, and it made me a lot of money. See it? That's how the hell did you get punched in the face? Who punched you in the face? You're not Deontay Wilder, maybe, right? Who punched you in the face? I got punched in the face. It made me a lot of money. Story. I just recently discovered that my reach is fantastic, and now I'm everywhere, even on Red Table Talk and in page breaks everywhere. You've probably seen me. As a matter of fact, you're seeing me right now. By the end of this video, I'm going to convince you to give me $200,000. And you're not going to have a single problem with it. Bold claim. You see it? Now all I got to do is spend the next 20 minutes or whatever convincing you of $200,000 worth of value. Pay attention, Alicia. And then when I convince you how this is $200,000 worth of value, actually $2 million worth of value that I'm about to give you. When I convince you that if you give me $200,000, I'm going to exchange and give back to you $2 million, you're going to say, oh, that's a no-brainer. And then this is what I want to say, Alicia, at the very end. But we shouldn't do $200,000. Now, you're already convinced to give me $200,000. What I'll do is special offer, $24.99. Should I just do it? I just spent 20 minutes convincing you to give me $200,000. Now you're like, yo, that does make a lot of sense, $200,000. Then I hit you with $24.99. You went, well, hell, you need to start off with that. Right? Because if I start off with $24.99, now all this got to be legitimate, though. It has to be real. It's depending on two things. One, it has to be real value. Two, I probably have to slay my presentation, right? I absolutely have to slay it. There's no, can't get up. I got to be like Denise Hill, put on my red heels and super slay. If y'all haven't seen her speak, you just don't die before you see Denise Hill get on stage. She is fantastic. I'm telling you, Jerome, am I lying? She's fantastic. She's fantastic. She get on them red heels and all y'all coming off your tears and your wallets. I'm just telling you. Did I get that? I got punched in the face. Hook story. This is what just happened, whatever I just said. I'm going to convince you to give me $200,000, and you're going to think that's pennies. That's how you fix that up, all right, Alicia? Good stuff. Okay, Charmone, you're next. Tell me however you want to do it, whatever you want to do, whatever your agenda is, however you want to do it, make that work.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, let's make it up. I ain't mad at you. We'll make it up. What we were talking about was the first 14 seconds needs to be dominant, and how all the videos are going to, like, no matter what I do moving forward, I'm going to be ready to make sure that I'm always doing a hook story off of whatever advertising in that first 14 seconds. Then I get to my agenda. I want to be constantly ready. And then Alicia practice hers. That's what happened so far.
Okay. Well, I think you just answered the question that I did have. My question was, would this work for just a regular video as well? But I think you answered that.
Absolutely. The good thing, ladies and gentlemen, sales work for everything, any department, any field, anything. Therefore, it will also work in any method or mode or vehicle to the sales. And then on top of that, and Sharman, this is the most important part that I can tell you're grasping it. Story. That's the way you, if I ask you to tell me your fondest childhood memory, you're not going to tell me facts. You're going to tell me a story with facts in it.
Right.
Right? When you, on your deathbed, you're going to tell me stories about how you overcome.
question.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a very good storyteller. I take people on journeys and we go through the woods and we go under the bridge and through a path and neighborhoods before I finally get to the root of the story. How me being a horrible storyteller, not horrible, me taking that way of telling a story, how can I use this formula hook story pitch in 14 seconds when it takes me such a long time just to get to the meat, I guess.
All right. So, no, I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna have me, Phil, and Susan all answer you. You're gonna be abundantly blessed. And I'm gonna tell you, Deanna, come here. And I'm gonna tell you that to get this fantastic one-on-one practicing of it, Deanna's going to connect with you and then connect you with Phil and Susan, and then y'all can take this even further after this conversation. Cool?
Okay.
She is a great journey taker and wants to be able to refine her journeys that she takes people on in about 14 seconds. It's charmant. She needs to be hooked up with Phil and Susan as fast as possible. So all of us are going to answer. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, don't even change. Don't even worry about changing.
Okay.
Because stay in your gift. We're going to refine that gift. You understand? And I want you to, because whatever you do, you're doing it from a place of light and strength. And it's so natural for you. I'm giving you permission to be yourself. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right, cool. Now that you got permission to be yourself, I don't want you to focus on changing. I want you to focus on structure, but that first 14 seconds, don't think of it as telling the story. Think of it as doing a 14-second presentation in front of your journey walking.
Okay.
You got me? Yeah, that should give you a bit more freedom. You're not going to tell the full thing in 14 seconds because that's impossible. What you're doing, I just want you to think of it as a pre-presentation before the presentation. I just want you to train your mind in thinking that. This pre-talk before the talk. No different than what I would have to do if I was to introduce you as a guest speaker. I would have to give a pre-talk before your talk. So are we cool there so far? It's two talks.
Okay.
To the audience, it's going to look like one, but for your brain, the mechanics of it is two talks.
Okay.
Cool?
Uh-huh.
You sure? You can ask me questions because I'm not going to move forward until I know you got that part.
I got that part.
Okay, sweet. Now, in the pre-talk, hook story pitch. And I want you to think of it, actually, you know what? I just thought about something. We're going to show it to you in action in 5 seconds. I'm going to show it to you in 5 seconds. So let's show this to you in 5 seconds, and then we'll go from here. So you should be able to see my YouTube page, right? I watch a bunch of weird stuff on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Let's see if this person has an ad. Hold on. All right, stop right there. That's the first 5 seconds of that ad. First thing they did, they didn't show, this ad has no words. They didn't show the little girl. They showed the snow and some beat up shoes of the little girl, and then said, can you imagine being a refugee? That was the hook and the story in 5 seconds.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can skip a YouTube ad in the first 5 seconds. In this case, there was one that was going to make me watch in 30-something seconds. My point is that first 5 seconds was the presentation before the presentation. And that was such a good example that I didn't know they was going to play that. That was one without words. So I'm showing you, you can do this in any method, any vehicle. You don't need words. As a matter of fact, there is a Christian saying from an apostolic father a long time ago, or maybe someone from the Dark Ages. I can't remember it right now, but it says, preach the gospel. And if you have to, use words. One of the most powerful statements you'll ever run across. It doesn't even matter if you're Christian. It's powerful. It's saying, teach what's in this sacred text. Teach the teachings of this great leader. Teach God's narrative. And if you have to, then open your mouth. Right? Saying do it with actions.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you have to open your mouth, keep quiet. That's basically what it's saying. That video showed you hook and story immediately. I didn't get to the offer. I just showed you the hook and story. Immediately panning to the ground. The shoes of that young girl talked louder than I ever could.
Okay.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So in your case, so let's make that applicable to you, then I open up to Phil and Susan. In your case, you need to know the theme you're talking about. On that journey you're taking people on, what's the theme? What's that theme? Let's give you an example of theme. The I have a dream speech, the theme of that is, I have a dream.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theme. And he used repetition to keep talking about the theme. So you know he wanted to take you on a journey for about 45 minutes of having a dream of a better world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since you know that I have a dream, how would you now, you're gonna do a hook, story, and pitch for Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream, in 14 seconds. What's your hook? Since you know it's I have a dream, how would you rephrase that into the hook? The hook is just getting attention.
The first thing that came to mind was a picture of a beautiful world. Everything lively, beautiful, colorful trees and people getting along and walking. That's what I see.
That's fantastic. And there's nothing wrong with that. I can't add any corrections to it. That's fantastic. You got the attention of the beautiful world, which means you're now about to tell probably a contrasting story, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's your story. It's in contrast. So what would be, how would you contrast that story?
I guess I would talk about the condition of the world in reality in, I guess, real time.
Fantastic. Now I want you to make a bold claim right after that. That's going to be your offer. Either one. Bold claim right after that. Remember, I said, I'm going to convince you to give me $200,000. You ain't going to have no problem with it. Now you have to make a bold claim. It's not going to be money, obviously. It's going to fit I Have a Dream.
Right.
What's this offer you're trying to give me? It doesn't matter.
My bold claim would be, I'm sorry, I can't think of anything.
No, you're good. You're good. We can, let's just, well, first off, you can't think of that because I'm putting you on the spot. You're doing a fantastic job too, by the way. Like, honestly, you got Alicia like, yes, girl, good job. Everybody's, you're doing a good job. That's all the reason you can't think. If I gave you some time, you could think. Let's back up and put all the pieces together. Beautiful world,
Mm-hmm.
but y'all know this a lot, right?
Yes.
And then, boom. So that's that story. Beautiful world, it's a lie. What's the next logical step? What I'm going to do by showing you that this is a lie, I'm going to or I want you to. What's
Help me
next for you?
create the
There you
help me
go.
create the beautiful world.
There you go. By
I
the
need you.
end of this presentation, I'm going to convince you to help me. By the end of this presentation, I want you to click the link and help me. Right? You get it? About it, whatever it is, fantastic. Let's clap. Come on, y'all unmute your mics. Clap for her. That was fantastic. Good stuff. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay.
Girl, you getting all your money's worth. I tell you. All right, you can keep going if you got any questions. But first off, let me ask you, did that help you?
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yes, it did.
I'm pretty sure it helps other people too. Right? I'm pretty sure you're just brave enough to jump out there on the samurai sword. Did you have anything else? I mean, you're more than welcome. You got the floor. You can take as much time as you want.
I do, but I don't have anything organized in my brain. I would have to write it out. So
okay.
maybe
So I tell you what, as we keep talking, when you get organized enough for you to ask, just jump in and ask that question.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it. Just jump in. You ain't bothering nobody. Go on, get your money's worth. You understand? Because I would. I'll jump in your class. Sure would.
Okay.
You better know who I am. Look here, you got my money. Won't you go ahead and answer my question, Charmon, right now? Right? I sure would. Good stuff. What time you clock in?
I have to be to work by 2.
2? Okay, then. I know last time I saw you was in your whole doctor. You had
Yes.
the whole, hazmat suit on. I say, look at her. She making good money. Good stuff. Good stuff. Proud of you. Hey, you did a fantastic job. You handled that very well. I was trying to put you on the spot, although you were definitely in Bastine's hot seat. You had 5 minutes. Okay?
Oh,
you
wow.
You were definitely on that for sure. No, very proud of you. And now
Thank you.
So we covered 2 basic things here in great detail. Number 1, we showed 2 presentations, the pre-talk before the talk, and then we went to Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream. That was the theme. So everyone should know that you can't do the pre-talk if you don't know what you're talking about. You have to have a theme, and your pre-talk should match the theme of what you're talking about.
Okay.
There you go. Good stuff. And then you just broke it down, hook, story, pitch. Good stuff.
Thank
All right,
you.
we got Jerome. Oh, no problem. Then Bastine, and then Phil and Susan gonna give y'all their gift on how to tell stories.
In reference to me, this kind of piggybacks with Denise. I am a big Red Table Talk person. Love me some Jada. And I haven't listened to them probably in about maybe 2 or 3 months. I've been busy doing other stuff. But when this big controversy came up with Snoop Dogg and Oprah's friend, I definitely wanted to see that interview. So I was looking for the interview. Okay, yeah, this for you, Antonio. I was looking for this interview. All right. So when I found it, and I started listening to it, and listen to what Denise said, I didn't see your ad at all. Hello. So I want to say to the folks online why what Antonio's saying is so significant and so important, because I didn't get to see the ad. So, and if I'd have saw it, I went, oh, that's Antonio. Didn't see it at all. But I went looking for this presentation because of how important it is to me. And I know that when I looked at it, it had almost 2 million viewers at the time I looked at it. So it's going to have more. So imagine your ad, folks, having at least 2 million people looking at your ad. You cannot miss the importance of what Antonio is trying to convey to us, because he's taught us through the lessons about how to present, how to sell, how to reach your audience and get your audience to reply to you. But right now, he didn't have control over where that ad was going to be placed or how much was going to be placed. Because as Denise said, They only gave him about 14 seconds and put it in the trail at the bottom. But if you can get them in those 14 seconds, maybe they'll click on that trail at the bottom, and then what you got to say later on. So what you got to say ad-wise overall needs to be concise, needs to be important, needs to be getting their attention, but you got to get them coming out the gate. And so when Antonio said, hey, you got to catch their attention, that's really, really important. So when Antonio was saying, hey, somebody punched me in my face and I made a whole lot of money, well, guess what? I can show you how to make a whole lot of money and you ain't got to get punched in the face. All you got to do is, boom. Well, wait a minute, hold on. How do I, and now the red table's talking. Oh no, I got to find that guy. I got to click on that to get that information later on. So what he's trying to tell us is critical. And not only that, for moving forward, Antonio, I love what you're saying, because here you are a multi-millionaire, about to be a multi-billionaire. And one little incident happened to you yesterday. And based on that one little incident, you are prepared to change everything that you do forward so that you can make more money, not only for you, but for everybody who's associated with you. Because I immediately saw, I said, he's absolutely right. I got to get their attention in order for them to look at the rest of it. If I don't get their attention in those first 10 to 14 seconds, like they said, I know Antonio, so I knew the significance of it. The other people didn't, and I didn't even get to see the ad. And over 2 million people, Antonio, I know you want 2 million people to see that ad. Hello? You want those people to click and come and order your book. But if they don't get that, then come on now. Somebody at times will have control over the placement of your ad. So you got to make sure that how you present that ad, maximize that placement. Hello. That's what
you know what? I'm glad you said that. Denise, if you can unmute one more time, you got some expertise. You got some good. There she go. Denise, tell them why. Tell the people why I was even on Red Table Talk, because you understand ads and stuff and all that attention over there.
Well, and I learned this from you, Antonio, is that, you've taught us how, the three networks, ABC, NBC, and CBS, they've gone by the wayside, okay? And then you've got other cable news networks out there. And some of them, they're all struggling for viewers. They're struggling for ads. They're struggling for that. But guess what? The internet is where it's at. And Jada and those folks like her and Will have come on and have used the internet as their vehicle, okay, to make money. And what are people doing? They're placing their ads on their network. That's why I wanted to go, hey, because I want to know what's going on with this Snoop thing. Oh, so what am I looking for? And where did I go? I went to the internet. Well, guess what? If I see something I like, I'm going to click on it. That's what it's about. It's about them clicks. And then because I can look at it later. But the point is, folks, that's where everything is moving to. And we need to have a mindset that that's where we want our stuff to be moving to as well. And if we're going to go there, then we need to maximize that platform. What's amazing, Antonio, is you're already ahead of everybody else. That's what blows me away.
I'm about 15 years ahead. I'm about 15 years ahead.
Stay ahead of the game. And that's
I'm going to share my screen with y'all in a little bit too. I'm going to share my screen with y'all a little bit. I'm going to show you how I'm 15 years ahead. Denise is in an industry in which advertisement is vital.
Yes, sir.
Denise knows I targeted that on purpose.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let her break down in her own way the power. Go ahead.
You might need to share a previous lesson that you did where you had folks go to Google and type in their industry and then go to the bottom and see the related keywords, because there is clearly some keywords that are connected to you and them. It's not, I'm pretty sure you didn't put like Snoop or Jada in your keywords, but in terms of lifestyle or wealth or, holistic or other various keywords that work with your brand are like they share it with their brand, because they don't just randomly place the ads, they place them with shared audiences. So that's the key. If you don't know who your audience is, then when you go to even place an ad and they ask you to identify, you're just going to put the widest net, and then Facebook is going to say, this is too large. You might want to bring it down a bit. And then you start putting
what they go
individual states, and they say, okay, that's a little better, but it's still too broad. And you just keep randomly putting things until they say, okay, that's narrow, good. I mean, you've got to know who it is. And so, somewhere in there, whether it was African American, whether it was entertainment, whether it was, Black millionaires, whatever it was, there was some keywords and a shared audience and demographic that your brand along with their brand share. And that's how it ended up there. Otherwise, it's they don't throw spaghetti at the wall to see what stick. It literally is focused.
No doubt. And I'm gonna show it to you too. So that's actually gonna be, thank you, Denise. That's actually gonna be the number 2 point that I bring up but let's get Bastine real quick, and I can't wait for Phil and Susan to put the bow on this crafting your story stuff. Don't forget to hook Charmon up with, okay, good stuff. Go ahead, Bastine.
Hello, Antonio. How you doing, sir?
Oh man, I'm doing swell. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm really enjoying this. This is very helpful for me today. And I want to just say that this particular platform today is really a follow-up for me from last week when I was talking with Phil about the sea turtles. And I've looked back at a lot of the videos that I've done that I haven't even presented to the ATS yet. And each of them, they're different just from their beginning. But it was last week when talking to Phil, it finally began to click in my head that I needed to have a hook during the elevator speech that we had. And the title that I use now, that I want to go back and revisit the videos I've done or whatever, the podcast, is because I didn't have a solid hook. I was a different person in each one. And it's because I didn't have a hook. I don't have a hook. And now I think I know, and I'll just run it down by you.
Okay.
The way I want to begin, I have it written here. Are you a turtle running away from your ocean? And that's what I want to use every time I speak on video, podcast, because that's the image that's in my head. And that's what Phil really talked to me about last week, because that's my real purpose in helping my baby boomer brothers and sisters. Are you that turtle running away from your ocean? And that takes about 8 seconds for me to say those words. So I just want your comments on this, because this is what I'm struggling with, because I want to have a solid hook. I want to be just like when Wheel of Fortune comes on, it's the same wordage every week, every day. The impact.
Got you. All right. So let's borrow from Les Brown here for a second, and then I want you to do something not Les Brown for a second as well. Every time Les Brown gets on video, or whatever it is, he says, you have something special. You have greatness in you, right? We've all heard it. Fantastic. So what I want you to do is every time you open up your mouth, I want you to say, are you a turtle running away from your ocean? Then I want you to start talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. This is where I want you to be completely different from Les Brown and anybody of your generation. Okay, this completely different, because the rules have changed. If you watch a video like me, I don't even introduce myself. I don't know if y'all know that. I just don't. There's no need. There's absolutely no need to introduce. And if I do, it's 5 minutes in the video. It's 5 minutes in. I do not introduce myself in 90% of the cases. And that's important because, remember, I don't know, first off, let's see. I don't know an adult world without the internet. You understand?
Yes.
I need y'all to get that. Yeah, 14. They wouldn't even know more. When I was 14, the Dewey Decimal System was over. It was done for. It's done for you. So you know.
No slide rules for you, right? Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
No, none of that. None of that. The cycle, Pedia Patetica was over. It's done. It's done. So after you say, are you your turtle running from your ocean? I don't want you to say, hello, this is Les Brown. Name is Baby Boy. Don't do that. I'm not telling you he's wrong. He has a huge platform, so he can get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That is if I was teaching him, I would never let him do that. But since he is the world's greatest motivation speaker, he can do that. What you want to do is you want to go, hook. Are you your story? That's not even a hook at this point. That is your brand, is what you're putting out there. You're putting your brand out there. That's more than a hook. That's your brand. Then I want you to do your hook right after that. You understand? Right after that, do your hook. And your hook is going to be, it's going to match the theme of whatever you're talking about that presentation. It's going to always change. Not what you're saying at first, not your brand. Your brand is 100% the same. Your hook is going to match your presentation. You follow me so far?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Good. So now that hook is going to be forever fluid. It's whatever you're talking about that day. If you talk about the same thing, then you can take different angles of it, whatever. Then you're going to tell a story from that theme or whatever you talk about, which stories are natural for you. So you're going to have no problem there. No problem there whatsoever. Then I want you to back up. And when I back up, then I want you to smash that offer. I want you to smash it. This is where it's easier for me to tell Charmone. Almost hard though, because she's in that tweener. She's in that age to where she's got a little millennial in her. She's got a little in betweener in her. You know, you're right. She's in that. It's harder for me to tell anyone older this, but you know, you're a sponsor, you pick it up. I need you to make a fantastic claim. You understand? I need you to actually make an offer. Period. Mm-hmm. It has to be. The reason why this is harder for boomers or anyone around that is because you've been taught not to. You've been taught to blend in. Yeah, you've been taught that there's 3 TV channels. That's it. ABC, NBC, and what is it? CBS. Think about this. National Broadcasting Channel. I think, what is it? American Broadcasting Channel. And I forget what CBS is. I forget what it is now. These names were picked because it was only 3.
Right.
Yeah, you can't have an American now everybody's broadcasting in America. You get it? So I want you to own. You probably gonna pull it out now. I want you to own what you're about to say next. This is going to be very important for you because you're going to naturally murder that story. You're going to do it well. You're going to do that brand. That's going to be well. You're going to actually follow the hook because you're a sponge. Where you'll fall at is not asking people to buy from you. It's right. It's what it's. I don't know. When you get past a certain age, there's a demarcation line of the Lord's going to take care of it. And you may not be saying that, but we don't think that. You understand? I'm taking care of it. When you my age, we're not thinking about the Lord taking care of it. We thinking about I'm taking care of it. You understand? I ain't waiting on. This is why Lisa Nichols constantly.
We grew up listening to the national anthem at midnight because the television went off, you know. Woo.
Can't hear you, Antonio.
Oh, sorry about that. I was going in too. Thank you. This video, that's my intention for you. I've been watching you go live.
Mm-hmm.
Go live, and every live video is no longer a live video. It is a presentation in which you are closing in 14 seconds.
Okay.
That'll change. That'll change everything. That'll change your strategy. Add more income, some scholarships you give away to kids. That'll do a lot. That'll do a lot of stuff.
It certainly changed my approach to everything now, because I want to do this thing right. I have to get it right. I mean, I don't have the luxury of, and I can't thank you, Phil, Susan, Deanna, all of you. I mean, thank you very much. I just wanted to end. I just wanted to put that in. You made my day.
Thank you. Thank
Antonio?
you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Jerome.
And this piggybacks on what I was saying earlier, but it also piggybacks on what you're saying. You reached out to me probably about 6 months ago, because you were saying, "Hey, Jerome, I got a streaming TV network where we can do some other things, boom, boom, like that." And I heard you, and I'm like, "Yeah," and that got me excited. Let me tell you what I've noticed, and I know you have as well, on the internet, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. There are a number of comedians who are doing little segments, and the one of the guys, he's a real good big comedian. I like him, not CT, whatever his name is, but he's really, really good. He's doing very, very well. But I noticed that not only has he grown, but a number of the folks who are filming with him have started their own streaming, picking up ads, and this thing is growing. And more, see, you again, there you go again, Mr. Antonio, ahead of the game. You were telling me about this 6 months ago, okay? And you didn't go into any detail. And now I'm actually seeing it, because guess what happens? As they pick up and do well, they start showing the ads, and the ads come up and they make money. Hello? And they're not dealing with Hollywood, and they're not dealing with the network, but they're out there making, and if you've got good content, guess what? People look for it. And then on top of that, they have their websites, they're selling their material, they're selling their products. All that is tied in, and they're doing this on their own. And they're podcasting as well as streaming. They're doing all of that. And you were telling me that about 6 months ago. So I just wanted to let folks know, folks, it's out there, and it's out there for you, but you need to tap into ATS, because ATS will show you exactly what's going on and how to do that, and do it so it can be profitable. That's the key, not just going through the motions. So that's why this class and this session today is so important, to get their attention out the gate. Because once you get their attention, then, as he was just telling Vastine, then now you can say, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to buy. And here's why you should purchase it, because it's worthwhile. Bingo. So I just wanted to share that too.
Fantastic. Fantastic. No, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Let me move out the way. Phil, come clean this mess I made up. Tell us about storying and stuff.
I was with a friend of mine, and we were walking along the beach. And he said, "Phil, wouldn't it be nice if life was like a walk on the beach?" I said, "Well, let's think about this. What grows on the beach?" He thought for a while, and he said, "Not much." I said, "But what grows in fertilizer?" He said, "Well, a lot." So I said, "It's the crap in your life that makes you grow." So this mess that you've given us, Antonio, is the crap that's going to make us grow. And it is when Sharon talked about she takes him on a journey. That's what a story is a journey. So she doesn't have to switch what she's doing. She just has to switch the way she looks at what she's doing. Because what she's doing is the journey. It's called the hero's journey. And that's what we take people on. That's what the story's all about. And it starts with that. So it starts as the hook or the calling. What's a want? What's a goal? What's a desire? With Vastine, when you talk about the ocean, what does the ocean represent? It represents the abundance that's available to everybody. I don't know if you thought about that, but that's what the ocean is. So are we walking away from our abundance, or are we walking to our abundance? Because the ocean represents that abundance. Then you talk about the obstacles. So with the turtles, it could be there's a light on the beach that's taking them away from the beach instead of to the beach, or the obstacle could be the seagulls that come down and pick them up before they get to the beach. Those are some of the issues. Then the resolution, you know, how did we resolve this? What did we come up with that really let us get to where we were going? And then the last one, what did we learn from this? What was the inert lesson that we got from going through this path and going through this challenge? So that's kind of what you're working on. And that's what I'm working on too with my Parkinson's. You know, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I take what I've been speaking about all these, I talked to the Michael J. Fox Foundation this morning, and how can I get to what I've been talking about anyway and make it specific for the world of Parkinson's? So that's what I'm currently working on. But that's what you got to do. You know, Stephen Covey in 7 Habits talks about begin with the end in mind. You know, what's the result? What's the benefit? You know, and you got to think in terms of benefits. It's like when somebody goes to a hardware store and buy a drill, do they want a drill? No, what do they want? They want a hole. So should the hardware store be selling holes, or should the hardware store be selling drills? Come to our store and buy your hole. Now I'm going to give you the tools. I'm going to give you the process. I'm going to give you the message so that you can take this tool that you're given and create this hole. But that's what you want, is the whole. So that's when you're putting together what your journey is. You got to think in terms of, you know, what's the end result? What did we have to feel, think, be, do, have, and give to get to the end result? And then how can we position ourselves that at the beginning, you say something so powerful or so unique that people go, man, what's that all about? I did that by just calling my company Humor Consultants. I can't tell you how many people, when they tell you what you do, I say I'm a humor consultant. They go, what's that? Well, that's what I want them to say. I want them to say that, what's that? So I've set myself up in a way in which it's natural for the person or the group I'm in front of to ask more from me so they can get what they want. And then the bottom line in all of this is that all of us, and that's one thing that I believe that you've been able to do, Antonio, is truly surround yourself with people that really deep down inside want to make a difference on this planet, that are here because we're here to change the world and to give the world things and to give the world knowledge and to give the world opportunities that we know are out there. They're just blinded by it, and we're helping take them off the blinders. So that's the kind of people that we've got on these calls. And as we get through this, we just keep redoing it, and eventually we are making a difference on the planet. So we thank you for that opportunity. And to quote that great philosopher, Porky Pig, "Da-dee, that's all, folks."
Thank you, Phil.
That's a great philosopher. Go ahead, Betsy.
No, I just wanted to just chime and say thank you, Phil. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Mr. Sponge again. I'm muting myself again. I
know that's right. I know
Antonio.
Yes. Everybody's saying thank you, Phil, in the chat. It's blowing up. That was fantastic. I've never heard someone say, we sell holes, but we give you a tool. That was great. That was absolutely great. Oh, man, fantastic. Don't forget Charmant. She definitely needs to hook up with Phil and Susan, because they are. You see that, Charmant? You see why I recommended you to them? I can do it, nail it. They can do it, nail it, and then teach it, and then systematically walk you through a process in which you can do it. And they can do that section far better than I ever could. Far better. And that's actually part of coexisting, knowing what the hell you can't do it, and don't do that. Right? Don't do that. Just move. Move out the way. That's fantastic. Good stuff. Now, can you imagine? Like, think about this whole time, and I want you to hear this, and I'm not even going to qualify. I never started this university for what people thought. We exceeded every expectation because I was never at their expectations. I'm thinking 100 billion with everything that I do. And that causes me to exceed expectations, but it also causes me to get knocked out all the time. Bail. Just, get out of here. No, that's a stupid plan. The universe is like, nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. Over and over. I get my face beat up right now. In fact, Deanna's next to me and she's working on something specifically for Phyllis Susan, actually, right? Specifically for that, and it's just amazing. It's just fantastic, and I'm so excited about it, and it should be ready today because we ain't leaving. Until it's done. There you go. Good stuff. Anywho, so let's break it down. Number one, these are if you remember the beginning of the class, I said, I want to show you my 10 solutions. These are the 10 solutions that I have worked on to solve my own problems. And some of them are complete, some of them are ongoing, but they are all solutions of me fixing my problems. What is my main problem? Attention. Number one, always be thinking about getting your customers' attention. Y'all should write that down. I am getting ready to systematically give you the 10 things that are making me successful right now. Right now. Denise was right. I did target not only her, but Black millionaires. Actually, one of the key words in it, I believe, is Jada Pinkett Smith, if I'm not mistaken. I literally target middle. My largest audience is middle. I don't want to say middle age. I want to say working class white women with prestige. That's my largest audience. It really is. Because these women are absolutely taking the bull by the horns and doing dominant things, raising children with one hand, car keys in the other hand, started business with the other hand, right? All sorts of stuff, delivering babies, nursing them, starting $1 million empires, and just need someone to give them the proper information so they can move forward. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. It's the absolute truth. So they're targeted. I missed the first 10 minutes. It's a 14-second video, hook, story, pitch as advertisement video. I heard it in pre-talk. Thank you. Yes. Essentially, the breakdown of the first 10 minutes was me explaining how Denise messaged me yesterday. One of my ads was in a page break, and I didn't know I qualified for that. Facebook has, I know I was on my way. You have to have like 30,000. You have to be viewed a lot. In 30 days, you have to be viewed 30,000 times by unique people and all sorts of other qualifications. And one of my videos was played in a video that had 2 million views. Y'all know Facebook is not putting everybody in between a red table talk. You do know that, right, Jerome? You know they ain't doing that. Man. They ain't doing it for free, for one. You understand that? They ain't doing it for free. That's for sure. And they're not just putting trash up there. Yet, the first 14 seconds of my video, Catherine, was Catherine. I just said white working class prestige women, like literally, Catherine, okay? Literally. The first video, the first 14 seconds was me saying something like, hey, everybody, thank you very much. You're saying, Antonio, I'm just so excited. Like, no. And I know better than that, but I never thought about making a pre-talk before all my talks. But that pre-talk is for 15-second ads. I'm going to catch your attention in 5 seconds or less. In 5 seconds, I'm going to give you a hook and a story like it's a Facebook ad, not a Facebook ad, a YouTube ad. And I'm going to spend the next few seconds, the next 10 seconds, finishing the story and making you an offer. Finishing the story and making you an offer. And then I want to say, today we're going to talk about doing that. I mean, the pre-talk before the talk, because you never know when you're going to hit an ad on something viral, right? But not just that. Let's say you don't have my marketing budget. It's okay. You still want to catch people's attention, right? You still want to do that, and you want to be able to do it for free. Alicia's trying to do it. She don't mind paying, but if she can get something done for free, she don't mind it. Ain't that right, Alicia? Oh, go ahead. And that's it. That's it. That's it. She one of the people. She text messaged me. Hey, boom. What's the answer to this? She ain't got no problem with that. Ain't got no problem with that at all. Get your customers' attention. Now let me break this down for you for a second. All of you need to become. Oh, you're welcome. All of you need to become the movie stars of your life right now. I've been saying it around here. Unmute your mic real quick, Deanna, just for a second. While you're typing, put on your headphones. I was telling, we had people from India down, and we had everybody down in the office, and I kept telling them that I need to stop being this. You remember what it is? All right, go ahead.
Stop being humble.
Stop
Stop
being
being
humble.
humble. You hear that? Stop it. All of you, stop it. Thank you very much. You can go back to making Phil and Susan rich. Go ahead. Okay. Stop being humble. Seriously. I'm like, stop it. Stop it. I'm not saying don't be, your meek self. I'm saying you need to be the movie star of your life. Even Deepak Chopra, Dalai Lama, Mother Teresa garnered attention. They just did it humbly. You know what I'm saying? Listen, everybody lean in and listen. You can't be a secret agent, personal brand, and make money at the same time. Can't do both. Can't do both. I'm living proof. I cut my teeth by making millionaires famous and letting them take the credit. That's how I got here. I didn't just get this brain. I've been at this, right? This is, That's get some chat. There it is. That's it. Yes. I'm telling you, you cannot be a secret agent in this. You cannot be humble and then expect to get paid or have your career taken off. I'm not telling you be arrogant. I'm saying if you're going to be humble, get attention and be humble. Mother Teresa got a lot of attention, didn't she? She didn't say, oh, no. Don't talk about me. No. Because how else is the world going to be changed if we don't know Mother Teresa was changing it? Mahatma Gandhi. You get what I'm saying? This is important. You have to get out there. So that's why I've been on camera. Got some footage coming. Good stuff. Got good stuff. Somebody say, you damn right. I'm making all kind of noise. That's right, Chris. Make all that noise. Go ahead, Alicia.
Here's my thing, Antonio. I don't, listen, I do well in front of a presentation because there's people there. But talking into a camera, I just feel, I don't do well because I'm just talking to a camera. I don't have an audience. And I think I don't care too much for my camera voice it's just stuff I don't like about it. Put me in a room with some people and I do great. But on camera and trying to work it out, it just don't work for me.
Okay, so I got a couple of things for you. Oh, yes. Go ahead, Denise. Go. Perfect.
I would love to respond to that because like Antonio said, I've been in media for almost 30 years now. And that's one of the hardest challenges for anybody on radio because you're talking to a microphone. And this was before social media and cameras and everything. You're just sitting there talking to a microphone. And it's so very easy for your mind to forget that there's people on the other side of that microphone. So you do have an audience. And if your only way to tap into the energy of your message and the passion behind your product is for you to see somebody's face and let their energy dictate your energy, then you'll always be challenged by that. I mean, what's the saying about how however you practice is how you perform? And so if you've got to wait until you're on stage to really perform, and you don't have the ability to understand that even in looking at that camera, there are hundreds of thousands of millions of people on the other side of that, and still channel that energy, then you'll always be challenged by that. So to be quite honest, it's simply a mental block. It's not a performance issue. It's a mental block. And the second you stop telling yourself it's just a camera and tell yourself it's a billion people is when you'll behave in front of a camera the way you'll behave on the stage.
Ooh, I'm glad I didn't answer that question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was good. I think I heard Phil. Go ahead, Phil. Phil, then Alicia will.
First of all, Denise, you're right on. I was on the top FM station in Columbus, Ohio every Monday morning for 7 years. And what got me excited about that, I just imagined people in their cars. I imagined people at breakfast. I imagined people just getting into their offices and sitting there listening to my message. And that's what made me do it. When you're doing videos, when you look at that lens, you imagine the people on the other side of that lens. That lens is just a lens, what it is that allows you to get up. So Alicia, the advice I'd give you is get over it.
That's it. And listen, Liddell, in fact, Liddell, if you can talk, you know I'm going to have you talk right after Alicia respond, because what you just said, what Alicia just said, Liddell has been super suffering with. I mean, he hypered it, Alicia. If it was here, he took it all the way off screen. He just didn't want, he didn't want to talk or do nothing for nothing. Nobody, nothing. Go ahead, Alicia, we'll let you respond. Oh, okay, go ahead, Chris, and then we'll let Alicia respond.
No, let the ladies go first, so I'll wait.
All right, good. You raised by your grandmother. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Alicia?
Denise definitely put it in perspective of while she was talking, it actually shifted my mind when she said, I was it still or Denise? Either said, look at the lens and think that it's billions or thousands on the other end. So I think in practice, I practice inward instead of outward. So I be in my head a lot. So I guess I just gotta do it and get a little practice in. But definitely, yeah, thank you.
Now, while Einstein did change the world with thought experiments, he still had to do a little math, right? And it had other people to do math to prove his formulas. You know, y'all don't read about doing push-ups and expect to get fit. Okay? You got to get in the front leaning rest position and do the push-ups. Go ahead. Who is that? Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, so I can definitely relate to that because, especially as you know, Antonio, coming from a small town, they usually tell you, hey, stay quiet, humble, all these other different kind of things.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I used to make a little bit of noise, and then I let a lot of that kind of get into my head and I quiet down. But one particular thing happened, I noticed when I started doing that. My money just dropped. And I was like, wait a minute, like this ain't gonna work for me. So I had to go ahead and get in my mind that I need to do what I need to do because I should show myself as the expert, the marketing, and much more. And if anything, I switched it from being such a negative to a positive because people are watching. And someone may need to watch you to see you pretty much get out of a certain predicament or get inspired. Because if you just quiet down, they never see that kind of light to get inspired or just kind of raise their mindset from. So that inspired me to reach out, start being myself more often, beyond what the naysayers are doing, because I knew within myself that I was actually doing something positive, regardless of what they were thinking.
No doubt. And for me and you being from a small town, we have different drive about us. Yeah, it's hard. I never had a mentor in my life. I'm just telling you. Because ain't nobody down here doing nothing. You understand? Yeah. Go ahead and. I ain't had nobody doing nothing. Couldn't have. You made $30,000. You made it. You understand? You work at the hospital. You privileged now. I don't want that. I never wanted that. 6 figures was always small to me. I never thought that.
You work at the prison. You made it.
Oh yeah. See, he in the prison town. He's in the prison town. We got the plants down here. The plants in the hospital. We got Texas City Plants produces. I'm in Texas, and I live 2 miles away from the Texas City Plants. Texas City Plants produces like 60% of the oil for America, all of America. I'm dead serious. It's crazy. It's little town. It ain't, well, it's little, but the plant owns the town. So if you make it to the plants, oh, you somebody. I did a keynote in Mississippi, and they got a plant out there, but it's not oil, it's chicken. It's when Sanderson Farms is out there. So if you made it to that chicken plant, you made it, right? Small towns. Don't be humble, y'all. That's the moral of the story here. Don't be humble. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. If you're going to be humble, at least don't be humble, get attention, and then be humble. But you can't be a secret agent. Have no brand, a secret brand, and then expect people to respect you. Right after Liddell to talk, I'm going to tell you what I told Dakota Jones yesterday. Go ahead, Liddell.
I know you were, Miss Alicia, I put in the chat like 3 times. If I can do it, all of you wonderful people can do it. I ran from stuff like that my whole life. And one thing that Antonio, we were talking yesterday, and he can tell that I'm fired up right now. I finally figured it out. I see it different now. I don't see it as I'm just talking. I see it as I'm communicating. Because all my life, I've been told, he don't talk, he doesn't talk, he doesn't talk. But I do talk. It has to be a reason for me to talk. So I got put in places to where, because I didn't talk. So it's been hitting me lately that I'm a communicator. So a communicator is always looking for a goal in the conversation. He's always looking to better the people around him. So when you begin to communicate to that camera, you see it as you're bettering the people. And you're not trying to just make yourself this great person, but in the process, you'll become that great person as you help those people with your communication. So that's when it started to make sense to me. Because Antonio was sending me, bro, I need to see you on camera. Bro, I'm like, woohoo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you, you know what I'm saying? And I had to switch, had to switch it in my head from, I'm not just talking, I'm communicating with a goal. I'm communicating for a reason. Because of all my life, I like purposeful conversation. So if it's just random talk, I don't say much. But if it has a reason, I'm going to talk. So it's like when you get behind that camera, always think there's a reason I'm sitting here. There's a reason I'm about to say this. And then it'll kick into that other part of you where you're not just randomly talking.
That's it. Fantastic. Now, I'll know when Liddell truly changed, when he moved that doggone camera from in his church to the right spot. Okay, he know it. I ain't saying nothing to y'all that I ain't. Liddell, haven't I told you this before already? Just let y'all, I want y'all to think I'm talking behind his back right now.
Yeah. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Gotta take me slow.
It's coming, Larry. That's the same answer I keep getting for over a year. He's a fantastic speaker, preacher. He's fantastic. Liddell can do it. And he got the damn camera way over there, all the way to the side, because he's got it. It's in his brain, right? It's in his brain. Don't put me front and center. And we ain't had that conversation. Listen, y'all. Come on, Liddell. Come on. Keep your mic unmuted. Boy, we finna transform some folk right now.
All right.
We finna yeah, you can't put the camera front and center because I shouldn't be front and center.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that what you're thinking, Liddell?
Straight up.
See, how is it possible that you are going to change the world with your Savior when you have him from a side angle? Come on, Chris, I'm talking today.
We're going on. I'll be there tomorrow, bro.
I'll be there tomorrow, bro. Can I say real quick before I lose it? Can I say real quick? And it has nothing related to
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
It just hit me real quick. If you really think about all the stories in the Bible, all the people that he used was always in front and center. So I don't know why in the world today we think we got to be to the side. So that's just what hit my head.
Chris, come on. Don't tag team with that dude right now.
No, but I'm just saying it just hit me like that. I just said, it just hit me.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. It's facts because what we've done is we've made a God of this world and a God of the church. You know what I'm saying? And the God of the church says, Liddell, the only thing should be granted in the church is the piano.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Is it culture though?
It is culture. But no. I mean, y'all talk freely. No, it is culture, but let's take it out of culture, and I just want you to put it in what it really is. Y'all ready? Somebody's playing with your abundance.
Agreed.
That's just what it is. You letting somebody else play with your abundance. Period. In Liddell's case, it's abundance of members. In Alicia's case, it's abundance of money. Charmon's case is abundance of influence. You understand what I'm saying? You letting somebody play with your abundance with their opinion is stopping the way you tell your story or where you put your camera. Hell no.
And that's exactly I've gotten to the point where I am now. I'm like, regardless of what you or he may say, I'm gonna do what I feel like I need to be doing, and who is supposed to align with me will come along, and who else is not supposed to fall off naturally. So that's how I pretty much.
No doubt. I mean, that works. That works in your intestines, your liver, the world. You know what I'm saying? You got bacteria in your body right now. The bacteria that ain't supposed to be there, it just fall on off. You understand? I mean, come on. This is where you got skin cells that just falling on off. Ain't supposed to be there no more. You won't let people fall on off? Come on now. All right? You gonna let your skin be smarter than your mind? Come on now. Trees know to let leaves go. Well, think about that. Alicia says, ooh, that tree's so pretty, look at the leaves. But when the wintertime comes, when the cutback season comes, let me talk like I really want to talk. Let me put some weight on it. When the cutback season comes, even the trees know, let's get rid of what you say make me look pretty so I can survive this harsh season. I don't let a tree be smarter than y'all. You understand. I'm talking, Jerome. I'm talking. You know, y'all got to get attention. I'm telling y'all what has separated me from them, whatever you want us to call them. I don't mean no disrespect, but I get a lot of attention and a lot of it. Go ahead, Jerome.
I'm gonna say this for Mr. Liddell, because he is a man that's humble. But I know that when I am screening my page, when I'm scrolling down my page, if I see something that he's doing, if I see something that he's saying, I stop and I listen, or I will share it so it can go to my homepage so I can go back and look at it again. Now, that should tell him something about the impact and the power he has when he speaks, because when he speaks from the heart, and he does have something to give to the people. And you're right, Antonio. When he first started, he was hiding. He wasn't out there like he was supposed to be. And I remember the first day he came when y'all were doing that multimedia thing for like 3 days, and you had him come up, and he was speaking. And I went, whoa, who is this dude? And I said to myself, Antonio has found a diamond in the rough. And then as you went to his shop, Antonio, and everything that was going on, and listening to him talk and meeting his wife, I went, this dude got it going on. And yet, not bragging, not boasting, just being himself. And I love the way you said it to him, Antonio, about being humble, but first getting people's attention, because he has so much to offer. And I don't want him to lose his humility. I don't want him to lose that wonderfulness about him. And yet, at the same token, you're right. If people don't know who he is and what he has to offer because he's being so sweet about it, they lose that. They're missing out. And he has so much to offer. He really, really, really does. And he's got powerful stuff to offer America, the world. He does. And I'm gonna say that about my boy.
That's wrong, man. God dog, man.
See, that's it. And look, he just referenced a conference and an obscure daily vlog, right? Like, that's how much you're being watched. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me let you respond. And I'm finna fire Pam Norris up. I just saw her chat. I don't know if she in a meeting, but I can't wait for her to unmute her mic and say something if she can. Alicia say what I missed. We just pulling Liddell out his shell. That's all. Keep going, Liddell.
I'm gonna tell you what's happening with me, Jerome.
Oh, okay. She's sick.
I know you watched for a while and you've seen me, doing what I do, and it's like tomorrow I'm actually going down to the ATS offices because I want to learn more about what ATS is doing, so I can really get behind it with some of the weight I have. Because I know a lot of the stuff I'm doing right now wouldn't be happening if I wasn't connected here. And I think Antonio knew me enough to where I was going to sit and I was going to watch and I was going to experience it, because when I began to really talk about something, I believe in it. So I told him this week I've arrived at a new place for myself, for the network and everything I'm doing, because I have been feeling like a lot of times like I'm not worthy of what it is I do or what it is that I'm able to do. So I struggle with that for so long. So I'm starting to accept who I am. So what y'all are seeing in ATS and the things that's going on, and just my journey is allowing me to start accepting who I am. You know what I mean? Then when you know that other people see who you are, it's kind of like a validation of, it's some encouragement when people see who you are, because so many times people around you, they don't see it. So they don't, because it's common to them. So they really don't see it. But I really appreciate that, man. And like I said, tomorrow, I think it's going to start the spotlight. I'm going down, getting my website worked up. There's some other stuff happening because this got to happen, man. This has got to happen. This is it for me, man. I'm going to mash gas on this thing. And all my life, I've been a hustler, man. So right now, it's like, why am I sleeping on myself? You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I'm done with that, man. Appreciate y'all.
That's fantastic. Nah, man, that's fantastic. And don't stop thinking like that. Don't stop thinking like that. Listen, y'all, don't be humble. I'm not saying, y'all, I got you, Chris. Y'all hijacked the word humble. When I say don't be humble, somebody heard be arrogant. That's the same equivalent of me saying I love being black, but you didn't change it to anti-white. That don't even make no sense, right? I can love myself without being anti-anything. Do you understand? That's propaganda that has come out there and said loving me is anti-this. Do you understand? So when I say don't be humble, I'm not saying anti-meek. Are you catching me? I'm saying that you owe it to me to change the world because I'm suffering out here. I'm dying next to you. You got the solution. And you let somebody else tell you, shut up, do it this way. And now I'm dying. You done fooled around, let me make a decision I wasn't supposed to make. Because somebody done put propaganda in your head about your story. Chris, the only person could have saved me from making this dumb decision. But he ain't tell me what's in him. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Chris. Put some stank on it, and then we're going to get some Pam Norris.
Well, I was going to say something quick, but since you want to throw some stank on it, I'll throw a little bit on him. But the first thing I originally was like, if y'all open, I'm down to drive down 45 just so I can be around the surrounding energy and get the good vibes in. But I don't know if that's possible. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you.
All right. Did you hear what I said? Because I think the internet did something.
Yeah. You're driving down 45. You coming too? You coming tomorrow?
Yeah. So if it's possible, I like to be around good energy and vibes. So just let me know.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Man. Oh, you talking about today?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow it is.
Yeah. But also, so you want to throw some stank on it? I'm gonna do this. Always stay true to yourself, be the best version of yourself, and don't let nobody stir you off your path because you deserve greatness, and don't let nobody else say anything different. So there you go.
There it is. Thank you for your thanks, sir. Good stuff. Gianna, we're going to see Chris and Liddell tomorrow. And look, y'all get to see what we're doing because anywho, you'll get to see. You'll get to see. You're going to see behind the scenes. Well, I'm gonna open up the curtain and let y'all see and steal whatever you need to steal. Take it back to Huntsville and Eagle Lake and Columbus. Take it back to these places. Pam Norris, you said in chat. Let me read it first, and then I'm for the thought. Look, this is the my phone ringing. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Hey, Deanna, call Brad real quick and let him know that I'm training. Hold on, let me do it myself. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, good. Yeah. I try not to turn down too many people with $1 billion down. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, you. No, I don't want to do that. You've exchanged $1 billion. Give me 30 minutes, I'm gonna hit you back. Pam Norris wrote down in chat, this is so helpful. Yesterday I said out loud, I've had enough with everyone who tried speaking about emergency preparedness and are giving superficial info. My glove, all caps, my gloves are coming off now! Exclamation point 4 different times. Pam Norris, why don't you go ahead and talk about it?
Sorry for the voice. I hope you can hear me. But I'm watching everything on TV about the coronavirus, and it's just frustrating me. I've been jumping up and down on the couch going, this is craziness. These folks don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they're lying to the public. And this is what makes me so angry. What you're witnessing, what you're hearing on TV is nothing but a bold-faced lie. This is my area of expertise. I know what's going on. And I've said, enough is enough. Got to tell the people. There was an old song back in my day that said, take it to the streets, take it to the people. I'm taking it to the streets. People have to know what's going on. And I just got to say to everybody here, you all have businesses and things that you are sharing that the world has to hear. And they need to hear it from you. So, we've got to like you said, Antonio, a game's been run on us about being quiet. And especially for Black folk, we've been told, just let everybody else speak. No, it's our time. We got to talk, and we've got to tell it like it is. And we have a lot to share. And that's all I really wanted to say is all these classes for a year over a year has been so helpful. It's been cumulative, and it's allowed a cumulative change of my mind, my attitude. And I feel like, and now I'm ready to come out. It's like the caterpillar that's getting ready to become the butterfly and come out of the cocoon, and sort of it's all making sense. So I just say thank you to all of you at ATS and Susan and Phil and all the participants with ATS who are bold enough to share their struggles and their questions and also their successes, because I learned from hearing all of that you all share on these classes. You're integral to the success of ATS. You are ATS.
Well, I tell you, that girl can talk, Casey. And look, I'm glad she said that last part, because we don't let everybody on these live calls. If you on this call, you are special. Consider thyself special. I ain't lying. This ain't no marketing. I only got 100 spots, and I can't talk to 100 people and have a real conversation with 100 folks. You'll be like, okay, real quick, I got 2 seconds to talk. Right? I can't do that. That's too many people. I can't have a good conversation with 100 people. Then, and we got, 8,000 or so, whatever it is. I need the right people, high performers who achieve great success, and now they want to go higher. And then I pick from those people, because we got to have a conversation. This is the product. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't have nobody that's gonna say it. This is what I will. Let me tell you. Just go back and look at some videos and see who I will fire people fast. I fire customers. I do. I fire Charmone. I fire customers. I ain't lying. You know what? You don't fit here no more. Thank you for your donation. I do appreciate you. Your access has been revoked. you don't fit here. I'm not lying. Just start looking at some old videos. Just start looking at old videos. just keep looking. Is it some people you know, some people you already, I forgot she was here. You don't even know. I ain't lying. Just look at some old videos. Do that. Know that. Pam Norris is right. You are ATS. And I applaud you for that. I think we nailed it. Don't be humble. See, I get to see me teach again tomorrow. And I might do a continuation. I don't know. Because I had 10 things to talk about. And we just nailing this off the phone. Number 2, I want to say make every penny act like a dollar, but no. I need to say something stronger than that. So hold on, don't write that down yet. I need you to write this down. Dominate advertising and learn to make 1 penny act like $10. That's what I want to say. That's what I'm really saying, Sharmon. Thank you so much for taking me in the car with you. I'm so grateful. I've never been in a car like that before. I'm so grateful. You know, I'm just all over your city. I'm so glad. So glad. Technology is so great. That's what I want to say. I don't know what I just said. Somebody put in the chat whatever I just said. I made it up. These are the things. I'm going to show you. When Denise Hill said, I can't even say Denise. I got to say Denise Hill. She's so famous. I got to say Denise Hill. When Denise Hill said, you know, the targeting of the red table talk, y'all going to walk through with me some stuff you shouldn't see. Now, right now, I'm doing a bunch of Google ads, a ton, all right, a ton. So, Sharmon, typically I'm running, Pam knows I'm always taking notes. Typically I'm running thousands of Facebook ads. Right now, it's super low. At least right now this week, because I've been doing some tests. Please know that when I do $1, that's equal to $100. I need y'all to get this. Let me tell you a story before I show it to you. There was this famous person that I was doing famous things for and making them more famous. I gotta watch it. I don't know NDA or nothing, but I just gotta watch how this come out. And famous person, at least you can run an ad. Yeah, she's in the industry, they ain't letting her run no ads. Famous person then brought in someone else who was supposed to be good. Now, the problem was, Chris, I was humble. That was the problem. Y'all, I need y'all to listen to this. The problem was I was humble. That was the problem. It wasn't the problem. The problem was I was humble because I was killing it. But I took the Barack Obama approach and not the Donald Trump approach. Sometimes you need to be more like Donald Trump than Barack Obama. What do I mean by that? When Barack Obama wins, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Today we want to talk about something else. When Donald Trump loses, he's still going to tell you how it was the greatest win of all time. Do you understand? That's so brilliant. It is. It is brilliant. Donald Trump can literally have $1 million in his hands and it goes on fire and the whole world sees it. He will then convince the world that's not what you saw. Absolutely brilliant. That's brilliant. No, I'm telling you, forget your love or hate. That's brilliant. That's how you control your narrative. Do you understand? And I'm going to need y'all to start controlling your narrative is what I'm trying to get to you. Start controlling your narrative, Sharmon. You know, I'm a stable genius. I'm the greatest genius. I have great words. I have the best words. You need to do that. You need to absolutely do that, okay? You need to do that. You need to absolutely do that. But that's not what I did. But I always know, I got this rule, Charmon. If y'all ever see me, it's something I secretly do. My team know it. If you ever see someone coming for me, I have 2 reactions, only 2. There's no in between, only 2 reactions. I'll be super silent, because that's power, or I'll chop your head off. Super chop. That's the only 2 I have. It just depends on the situation and what needs to be done. This was and they'll see me do this. They'll see me do this and they know what that means. This was your head got to go. It's got to come off. It's got to come off. So I'm on the phone, I'm on the Zoom call with said celebrity who brought in another celebrity's Antonio Smith, right? Brought in another celebrity's Antonio Smith. I can't say the names. These are 2 big names. Y'all have their programs and books, okay? You have them. There's no way you don't know these people. Everybody know these people. People not in the industry know these people. These are legends. These are 2 legends, okay? And then I'm there. I can't tell you how I'm there. Now, the goal was to replace Antonio Smith. Now, I didn't know that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, why was the goal to replace Antonio Smith? Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, kind of famous. That was a problem. Number 2, I didn't want no job. The other guy wanted a job. And I was expensive. You understand? And they just started out there, Chris, you was paying me pretty well. I just want you to know. You know what I'm saying? Undisclosed numbers, but I was expensive. So they go in. wait, because I know where I'm going. Because I'm about to share my screen with y'all to prove what I'm saying. But anywho, I'm sorry. I actually got real tears in my eyes. This is too funny to me. So I'm literally sitting there, and they say, oh, look, said person, $75 a lead. Everybody there, Ghana was sitting right next to me, right? Everybody, oh my God, clapping, oh my God. Boom, no problem. I sit there, be quiet. I don't say nothing. But the sword came out. They couldn't see it, but it was out, Alicia. I unsheathed the sword. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm just waiting my turn. They literally, for 35 minutes, do this whole campaign to come after me. I should be gone, blah, 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 blah. Now, this had nothing to do with anything but the fact that I was expensive and I didn't want no job. All right, now, then the person who got me in says, Antonio, can you show them what you do for us? Because, legend, and I work with a few legends, quite a few. Now, I share my screen. $75. Now, I'm running ads too. My ads, $2.14 per qualified lead. $2.14 per qualified lead. In an industry in which it's $200 a lead. So the celebration was, oh my God, it's not 200, it's 75. We're saving money. Then I share my screen. I show, look, you spent $10,000 this month. This is real true. You spent $10,000 this month. This is what you got. I only spent $100, and I've got 100 times more than that. That's why you pay me so much money. You understand what I'm saying? Needless to say, we still have a fantastic relationship. And they still pay me, okay? Just needless to say. Now, the reason I'm showing you that telling you that is because I'm about to show you what Denise saw yesterday. I'm literally going into my ad campaign right now. Let me see your screen. Let me see if you can see it. Let me see. Can you see it, Chris? This is my ads. Can you see it? You got my name on it? All right. Let's make sure. What that say right there? Let's just make sure I ain't lying. And that say Antonio Smith on it. And they got my little ad number, my little whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, right? Okay. Now, over here's where we need to pay attention. You understand? Now I got ads running all the way to the end of the year. I got a bunch of stuff paused. I was yesterday or early this week, I'll show y'all. I don't know if it's gonna let me do it. I'm running, see, it says off. I'm running, I'll run, see that, like some ads are $10, some ads are $1,000, some of them I'll put $1,900 on it. You understand what I'm saying? Can y'all see that? Can you see it? Is it moving? Okay, good. So typically I'm running, let me just pause this for a second. Typically I'll run about 57 ads at one time. Okay. I'm talking to the people who want to know a blueprint of how to get this done. I'm purposely saying these things. So if you're running one ad, you should probably be thinking 57. All right, let me do it a different way. Antonio, but 57, that's a, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't be doing 57. Yeah, I should. Antonio, what inspired you to do 57? I'm going to show y'all what inspired me to do about 57, because somebody got me messed up. And I'm going to give him props right now. I'm about to share my screen. Y'all know how competitive I am. I'm about to share my screen. Now, when I share my screen, I want y'all to see how great this man is. And if you ain't heard of him, I don't even know how, but that's possible because there's 7.8 billion people on planet Earth. But I want to show you something. But this man literally has me messed up in a good way. It's fantastic. He's fantastic. But here we go, Jerome. Facebook has this new transparency thing where you can see anybody who runs ads. Who's that? Chris, unmute your mic. Tell me who this is. Tell me who this is, bro.
Grant Cardone, Texas.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. He's approximately running 510 ads right now. Do you understand? Look, that's five. Look, y'all. Can you see it? Let me blow it up. Let me blow it up. Just so you can. Let me blow it up. Let's say approximately 510, don't it? Don't it? All right. So we get the point, right? The point is, my little 57 ain't nothing. So don't be impressed. don't be impressed. Now I'm gonna show you something. Here's what's brilliant. Anybody know? I need you to look at something. I need you to look at the fact that what Denise saw yesterday, I only paid 4 cents for. Oh, y'all not catching me. You're not catching what I'm saying right now. What Denise saw yesterday was this ad right here. I'm only paying 4 cents for a watch. You want to like my page? Look, y'all. I'm paying a penny for every page like. A penny. That ain't even possible. All right. Who knows a little something about ads real quick? And then I'm gonna show you my audience real quick. Who knows something about ads? I need you to speak up and try to translate what I'm not translating. Who's run ads before and knows something about ads? Unmute your mic.
I'll take
go ahead, Chris.
I'll take a leap of faith on this one.
Go
so
ahead.
Basically, what you did is you specifically narrowed down to your audience of people who will be interested into that book. It was the book ad, right? Where you put like
That's right.
Yeah, the free one. So you specifically target specific audiences and location and much more who have a high interest into, will be very interested in clicking that ad and probably converting over and pretty much going through and filling out the rest of the information. So with the high results of everything, your cost per click and all that and much more would be a lot more less versus something that if you were have something that's so completely broad and just like out of nowhere, like not really on spot on target, it'd be a lot more expensive. So the fact that you actually narrowed down your audience specifically to the notch and made the ads that much more cheaper.
Yeah. My cost per click is way less than a penny. The page like is the penny. The cost per click is less than a penny. To where it costs $2 to $6 to get a like. So essentially, I have. I just want y'all to get this. I just want you to follow this for a second, okay? Essentially, where people are paying, I don't know, whatever. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just telling you what was that thing Pam Norris had to put it on there? Dominate and, right? And then what I told you to do, this is what I'm talking about right here, right? I need you to get that, yes, dominate advertising to make $1 feel like 10. I should have said 100 because that's what I meant. I need you to get, this is an ongoing ad. This ad has no end. This ad has no end date. It's just going to run forever. But look, it's just $3 a day, yo. Typically, it'd be at 50. When I do stuff like this, it'd be at 50. I ain't ran a page likes ad in a long time. Almost 2 years. I'm just testing something right now. Who wouldn't want to spend $3 or 17 total dollars to reach 35,000 people and to get seen 40,000 times? Here's the crazy part, Chris. The crazy part is I got this set to where if you don't interact, you're going to see me 8 times more in 7 days. And after that, I'm going to just retarget you again. So let's look at it. This is one of those crazy things where here I am showing you behind the scenes. Ain't nobody, I don't say anybody else gonna do this, but there it is. Let's look at it. I'm going to try to get you to my audience. See, I'm supposed to reach. This is what they saying I'm supposed to reach. They said I'm supposed to get 40 to 115 likes, 40 on the low end. I'm supposed to reach this, but y'all know that's not what's happening. You understand? Now, look, because I'm worldwide. This is what Denise here was talking about. This is where I know I'm at. There's United States right there. But look, this is what Denise was talking about. Are you interested in startups or $500 startups? Geo, I'm not even sure if you know what that is. Geo is in India. Are you religious? Liddell, that's half your church members right there. Sarah Jakes Roberts, sure is. Yep. She got an audience. I need them too, son. I need that. I need all of them. I do. Look. Of course, Grant Cardone, that's just common sense. I mean, come on. You know, I'm the other version of Grant Cardone. T. Harv Eker, Deepak Chopra, Silicon Valley of India. That's Bangalore in English, Bengaluru in it's not Tamil. It's anyway. I'll think about the language in a second. Me and Deanna are learning it right now. Victoria Osteen. Yep, I need your people, Joe. I need them. Let's see how to open this up so y'all can see it clearly. Telugu. Yeah, Telugu. That's it. Good job. Good job. So here's my location. Here's the ages, 21 to 65. I got all. Then here's all the interests. I just want, you don't have to remember all this. These locations over here. You don't got to remember this. I just want you to see Charles Stanley. I just want you to see how targeted this is. How targeted. Les Brown, Martin Luther King. Maya Angelou, multi-level marketing. I just want you to see. Just look, my second largest audience is in Bangladesh. My third largest audience is in India and Bangladesh. Well, I won't get into the political situation there. Zig Ziglar and much more, right? I'm just flying through these things. Much more. It's way much more. Way much more. Point is, it is easy to target. If you get down there, I'm pretty sure I got Will Smith or, some other stuff. But I got your interest down. If you thinking about something, I told Facebook, I'm going to need them. But not just anybody. Only the people who think like me, are attracted like me, are thinking like me. But there's something else. Y'all ready? So, Antonio, why did Denise see the video? Boy, I'm so glad you asked that question, Chris. Good job. Boy, you somebody special. You are somebody special, I tell you. You asked a good question. Let me see if I can go ahead and help you out here. Hold on, I did something secret, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a tip. Chris, unmute your mic real quick. There's 4 different types of posts. You have links, text, you have pictures, and you have video.
Yeah.
Which type of post would you say I do mostly?
You mostly? I'll say video.
Absolutely correct, sir. Absolutely correct. You are ding, ding, ding. $500 and some spinach for Chris. He is absolutely correct. So essentially, Antonio, if you're video heavy, do you have an advantage that you can teach to us that we can use if we're video heavy? I sure do, Pam Norris. Would you like me to give it to you? And I'm assuming she's going to say, yes, please, right now. Thank you. So here we go. This is why Denise saw that video. I'll give it to you now. Make sure I'm on the right screen for me because I got 2 Google Chrome. Okay, good. This is the video she saw. I'll open it up. And then we'll go to edit, I believe. I have this video set to something specific that Facebook just added like a year ago. Right here. I called it this. This is my name. But this is the thing that Facebook lets you put in. I won't make you guess what it means, Jerome. I'll tell you what it means. But if y'all want a secret, Would you like to see? Would you like to know how to get your cost all the way down? I'm giving it to you right now. This is a setting. Well, y'all take a screenshot of this, y'all. Take a picture, take a screenshot. Go ahead. Chris, you better tag me in a post right after this too, because I'm giving you, boy, I am giving you the game.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this here real quick. I'm gonna take it to a different, different angle real quick. Hey, y'all, hit me on my fan page. I never use my personal page. I don't even have Messenger and stuff. I just don't use it. My personal page makes me no money. It is a colossal waste of time. 3,000 new likes this week off of $3. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's insane. I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. As we scroll down, and I got more followers than likes. So a lot of people, that's a trend lately. Even I start doing it. People like to follow pages instead of like them, because liking kind of puts it puts people in your business. Oh, I know Grace went live. Look at Grace. Good for her. All right, here we go. Boost. Y'all pay attention. Then you get to pick. Let me see if I can. Let me try to go to new real quick. Oh, I need to move this out of the way. You get to pick. Let's go create new audience. I've saved time. You get to pick in here if you want to pick people who constantly interact with your videos. And it's going to have a theme here that's that. What I'm telling Facebook is only show this ad to anybody who has watched 75% or 95% of my videos. Only. The reason why Denise saw that ad was not because she just matched the descriptions, because she watches 75 to 95% of my videos. And I told Facebook, I only want those people who are already consuming 75% of my content to see this ad. That is how you take a penny and make it stretch to $100. Why would I show it to people who don't like me? You know what I'm saying? Why would I show anything about getting a free book to people who not already consuming my video heavy page? Now you could do it. Look, you could change the percentage. You could say if they watch 10%. I said I wanted to where Chris needs to watch. If they don't watch 75% of my videos or 95%, don't even show it to them. So Facebook waits until y'all listen, because I'm about to end. Facebook then waits until you log on. Not just regular you. 75% or 95% you. So when you go mosey on the Red Table Talk and you fit that 75%, 95% description, Facebook say, hey, what's going on? The only reason Jerome didn't see the ad, because he watches 75%, is because I only spent $3 that day. That's the only reason. It's the only reason. Had I spent $300, Jerome would have saw that ad. It was just $3. By the time Jerome got on, I got my $3 worth. Y'all get it? That Phil says in chat, brilliant. So I'll let you ask me any questions, say any comments, and we'll get out of here. Go ahead, Chris, you first.
So I think to help clear things out, on the last little part where it said the 75 and 95%, is there an option where you can click? Because I saw it was already like preset like that, or you just type it in.
You can it's already an option on here. Let me see if I can go back for you. Yeah. It's already an option on here. When you just go, what you want to do is when you go create your new ad, you want to go to it's on the top left side. They've got some settings for you already, not full settings. They got this. It say lookalike. When y'all see when it say lookalike, you can make the audience look like this, or you can pick the other option. It's already there. Already there. It's one of the new options they rolled out like last year. Listen, every time, if I show y'all my email, Facebook this morning, I'm part of the F8 conference. So I'm registered with Facebook as a programmer, as an engineer, as a programmer. Every time they do something engineering-wise, I'm invited. Google too. I mean, every conference, every time Facebook change, I know about it. And I didn't come back and teach it to y'all like the same day. You get it ASAP. Okay, go ahead, Denise.
Oh, I don't have nothing. Sorry. I think I hit the
Okay,
button.
no problem. No problem. Y'all get it? I'm not all the time, but typically when I show a video ad and I want high conversion, I'm only going to show it to people who are ready to convert. It's, y'all, control your money. Let me tell you what's going on right now. Let me tell you what's going on right now. Deanna, you want to show them the homepage? Can you show them without showing them the link though? I don't want to go with the link. Let's see if you can. Can you show them without making a link? Like maybe you can scroll past the link or something, because you know.
I can go into the page itself.
That's right. All right, yeah. I want y'all. Don't go to the link just yet, 'cause y'all, you know how y'all get. You're gonna go run out there. It ain't ready yet. It ain't ready. Rinse around, rinse it off. This is something we doing. And I'm ready. I'm gonna talk while you're going. What we're doing is, we're using ClickFunnels, so good job for ClickFunnels. Shout out to ClickFunnels. But hold on, let's go. Are you ready to tell the world your story and get paid for it? Just go down a little bit. Go ahead and show them your greatness. Fill out the form. It's all free. It's all good. Boom, boom, boom. New Bureau of Dominant Speakers logo. Y'all ain't seen it yet. You can see it. That's right. You can show it to them. It's pretty. It's pretty in it right there. It's pretty. Pretty on the left. You're wrenching around and wrenching it off. And then, you stop. They got to see it later. Catch on Sports Center. Okay? Here's what's happening. It's time. I'm going to get my 450,000 people. It's time. Bureau side. It's time. It's time for Phil to get a private jet. You understand? It's time. It's time. Just telling you it's time. It's time. Therefore, everybody owes me money. Do you understand? And when I go out there, it's going to be video heavy. And I'm going to say, listen, are you already a fan of me? Show them this video. Now, it's more, I'm purposely keeping it, hush-hush right now. You get it tonight. Tomorrow, I'll say it to you once it's released. I'll say it to you then. I give you everything like I always do. But that's the thing. That's what we're working on right now. It's kind of what's written on the board. Boom, 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 all that stuff. Bring your costs down. Tomorrow we'll cover the next 8 things that blessed me. As you can see, Chris, I can make a penny look like $1. That's 100-fold. So actually, I'm not even right. Facebook just said $4 to get a like, didn't they? I'm making 1 penny look like $4. $4. That's 400% more than what I should be getting out of ads. I'm getting out of ads. That may not even be 400. That feels like 4,000. That's absolutely, it might be 400. Anyway, to get to the fraction math, I'll let you figure it out. Tomorrow, we're going to conclude all the 10 of the things that I'm doing to solve my problems. You understand? I'm giving you my solutions. You might want to take every last one of them and apply them to your company, because everything I'm talking about works. It ain't no hypothetical. It works because it's working right now. And 2020, owes me $100 million cash. Period. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. Sure appreciate you. Love you more, Phil. Give you more secrets tomorrow. All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.